What's going on, guys? This is James Allen. I am recording this on Friday, November 14th, 2025. I've decided to use my ICP staking income to exclusively buy Kaspa. It's a decision I came to this week, and I want to share with you how I got here. I've also realized that I've never had like a real one-on-one talk with the Kaspa community yet. All of my videos prior to this has been technical. So I feel like it's about time I just have a real conversation with y'all, because I do think that's something crypto is lacking. I do think a lot of YouTubers, rather than share their genuine experience, they're out there performing like this is a stage. So let me give you a little bit of backdrop on how I got here. A few years ago, I discovered internet computer. I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. I became like a developer influencer for them. I was doing technical breakdowns, cultural commentaries, and I was also doing consulting. I've actually deployed many canisters for people in the past. So I thought internet computer was it, right? But then I had applied for an influencer grant because a lot of people in the community had saw a video I did comparing internet computer to Ethereum. And they love it. That video got thousands of views within a few days. And a lot of people were saying, hey, do more technical comparisons of internet computer to other chains. And I was like, you know what? That sounds like a good grant idea. Let me submit a grant to Definity, showing them that the community wants me to do this. So I went and put together a grant, and I made sure that like I included within the grant application, I didn't have to do that. I included a PowerPoint presentation of all the comments of people requesting I compare internet computer to different chains, just to like make sure that like, cause you guys know where I'm from, you guys know what I look like, so they tend to snub people like me for no reason. So I included that PowerPoint just to show them like, hey, the community wants this, and that wasn't enough. They still said no, and I think that was the beginning where me and internet computer started going in two different paths. It got worse over time because I noticed the founder of Internet Computer, Dominique Williams, he kept talking about using generative AIs to create Web3 dApps, which I thought was absolutely delusional. And I protested out loud. They ignored me. And long story short, me and Internet Computer ended up falling out. But it turns out that I was right, though, because when I called the fact that Caffeine AI, which is their generative AI product, wasn't going to pop, I did a video called Caffeine AI Ain't Gonna Pop. Internet Computer was like at $12, $13. I said, this is not going to work because what they need to do is build culture. Now, Internet Computer is at $5. And I'm pretty sure if you give it time, I'm pretty sure they're going to reach $1 and below $1. I'm certain of it. So Internet Computer is on a decline. And I think maybe a few months ago, like it was like 3 months ago, one person who was part of the ICP community, his name is Stefan, shout out to you, Stefan, he told me about Kaspa, and then the rest is history. However, I've been doing my homework on Kaspa now for, at least 3 to 4 weeks. It's been like a while since I've been doing my homework on Kaspa. And there's two things I'm realizing. One, this is a real grassroots culture. This is a real grassroots culture. And that's important to me because I'm tired of corporate marketing, man. I'm tired. Like, take it from a guy who's from Internet Computer. It's all marketing. It's all performance. It's all theater. It's all hype. There's nothing real. Like, it's so refreshing to see a community that's really grassroots. And I feel like that's what Kaspa is. But then here's what really like killed it, right? Wednesday night, I remember the day very clearly. Wednesday night, I was reviewing vProgs, and I had read the yellow paper before, but like you gotta keep reviewing these things because it's so dense, right? So Wednesday night, I'm reviewing vProgs, and I think I finally got it, like their whole approach. And then like that's when I realized, like a moment clicked in my head when I'm like, dude, these guys make Internet Computer look primitive. Like, I'm gonna just keep it real. Like, I know this is gonna ruffle some feathers, but Kaspa's technology makes Internet Computer look primitive. And I'm gonna do videos proving that because I know what I'm talking about. You see, because I had spent so much time studying the technical architecture of Internet Computer, I know their whole approach. I know how they're going about doing things. And now that I'm studying Kaspa, I have a base of reference. I could look at how Kaspa's doing something compared to how Internet Computer is doing something. And I kid you not, guys. Wednesday night, I was like, dude, these guys are making ICP look primitive, not advanced. Let me give you just one quick example, but we're going to have a separate episode on the topic. But let me give you one quick example. Like ICP smart contracts are canisters. They're like giant containers, actor style containers. If anyone's a developer, know what I'm talking about. Canisters are like giant actor style containers. As opposed to vProgs, they're stateless smart contracts. There are stateless smart contract. They don't even have state. Like the network is stateful because the network has a history of the computational results over time, right? So the network is stateful. It keeps a history of the state changes through commitments and proofs. The network is stateful, but the vProg themselves are stateless smart contract, and that allows so much scalability. It's so much simpler. And it even slapped a deeper point I was suspecting about Internet Computer for a long time. That is, why does computation need to be on chain? This is something that like fucked with me for at least a year and a half, guys. I did a video when I was an ICP influencer. I had done a video asking the community, does computation really need to be on chain? If you guys are from the ICP community, you remember that video, right? It fucked with me so much, excuse my language, but it bothered me because I didn't understand why computation needed to be on chain. That I was even thinking of doing another episode to the ICP community talking about, do we really need on-chain computation? And as proof, I'm going to show a folder. And if you look at the date of the folder, it was dated October 19th. I had prepared a folder to talk about, do we really need computation to be on chain to the ICP community? And this Wednesday, reading vProgs made me realize like the whole fully on chain thing was just hype. It was just over engineered hype. It's kind of like a bunch of bros. They get together and they're like, yeah, we're going to create this blockchain. And rather than some things being on chain, we're going to put everything on chain. Computation, storage. But like when you really look at the solution blockchain offers from an engineering standpoint, you really don't need computation to be on chain. What vProgs are doing, what the Kaspa network is doing is they're keeping a history of the state changes through commitments and proof, which is really what you need because blockchain is a ledger of truth. You just need a verifiable history of state changes from those computation. So this whole idea of fully on chain is so wasteful because you're creating so much re-execution. You're storing so many things on a blockchain that you could have done at any local Web 2 environment. Oh my God. But we're not going to get into that yet. We're not going to get into the technical breakdowns yet because I want to take my time. I know both architectures really well. So I'm going to really break down why Kaspa is technical. They out-engineered ICP, guys. They out-engineered. Like, it's sad when you really think about it. They basically did more than what ICP did with millions of dollars of R&D. They smoke ICP. They out-engineered these guys and didn't even have half their funding or even a tenth of their funding, right? And at some point, I remember Wednesday, I was so frustrated because I said to myself, like, how can I be so stupid? Like, a few years ago, I went and rushed and put $120,000 of my hard-earned money into Internet Computer. Now this thing is sinking. I went and locked my money up for 8 years, from hype. I was too impulsive. It was a mistake. I was way too, and I'm not going to make that mistake this time. This is why I'm going to take my time with Kaspa because I fucked it up with ICP before. I went and locked my money up for 8 years, with a company who doesn't know what it's doing. Just look at how it uses its billboards, for God's sake, right? And now, not only they haven't built culture, they're losing traction. They're not even taking feedback from me, right? Definity has still yet to acknowledge me, which is sad because people from the Polkadot community saw the video I did on Polkadot and they reached out to me. And I'll talk about that in another episode. But like, I haven't heard from Definity or anyone that's like an insider there, right? And now, not only they're not building culture, they're out engineered by these guys from Kaspa. So if anyone from the Kaspa team is watching, hats off to you guys, man. Just me reading your yellow paper, I feel smarter. Just because, when you're reading what these guys are trying to do, because it's still in the making. There's still a lot of parts of the yellow paper where they're saying, it's not, we're not going to discuss this yet. It's still to be determined. So VPROG, I think, is still going to take some time before it's released. So we don't have to rush. But just reading these guys' work, you could tell they're at another level. And just reading their work, I feel smarter, guys. I feel smarter. So I've made this decision, I've taken a loss on ICP. Okay, that's fine. It's my loss. It was my investment decision. I have to own it. But what can I do to save myself? How can I transmute that loss into a gain? And I think it's by using that staking income to buy Kaspa. And once I have enough Kaspa, I feel like it will make up for that loss I took on Internet Computer. Will Internet Computer fail? Not necessarily. I don't know. I don't know what's the future of ICP. It's not my goal to like make them look bad or anything like that. I know some of you might think that, but that's not my goal at all. I've moved on from Internet Computer. Clearly, Kaspa is where the energy is gonna go. But will Definity like recover? I don't know. I really don't know. They've never reached out to me, and I've offered my help several times. So what it's gonna be is not my concern at this point. In any case, my misfits, I hope you enjoyed this personal story. You know what to do. Don't forget to press that like button and support me on Patreon. I will see you next time.